Some of you have never been late for work before. Because if you are late, you are fired. But as for church, oh God, God will understand now. God knows there's traffic. No problem. God will understand. As long as you also understand, when your blessing is tarrying, no complaint. When the good things you are praying for has been put on temporal hold, no complaint. Because you expect God to understand that you don't understand how to treat him. You don't understand who he is. You don't understand his place in your life. That you expect God to deposit it in your life. This is what happens in life. God cannot give you what you can't follow him for. When you are blindfolded in life, your only option is to listen and follow the instruction. There are believers who cannot listen to God, let alone follow his instruction. They know better than the pastor God put in front of them. They have much more wisdom than the pastor God put in front of them. In fact, they can teach the Bible better than God himself. So when a believer is told, why won't you go to church? Last Sunday, pastor was preaching about me. If I go, he will continue. So let me jump Wednesday. I will show up on Friday. By then, he would have finished that sermon he was doing, that we should come to church. We are late. Pastor has decided to talk about me. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, pastor was talking about marriage. Pastor, why does pastor put me on the pulpit every time and preaching about me? What did I do wrong? In fact, I won't go to church today, next week. When did you become so important that you were a preaching topic? When did you become so important that of the entire thing God has people to teach, you became the only topic he can teach? Even if you were the topic, are you not excited that they could put you in the mix of God's word and use you for an example? How I wish God will use me for example. The last time he used Job for example, it was difficult, but the end was better. He said, have you considered my servant Job? Then the devil answered, does Job serve you for nothing? The devil just solved the church problem. In other words, serving God is not for nothing. Coming to church is not for nothing. There is gain in coming into church. They want us to tell you that it's spiritual. No, I'm not a liar. There is profit in walking through those doors. How then will you hear the mind of God? How then will you hear the direction of God? How then will you hear the instruction of God? And then again, since you are all, how then will somebody rebuke you so you can step off your high horse? Because it is when you come and sit here that God will tell me something that nobody knows. So if I tell you or I use it to preach, then you will know God is convicting you. Because for some of us, nobody can talk to us. Nobody can correct you. You are too big. But at least when you enter church, somebody gets to tell you, sit down, stand up, lift up your hand. You learn a little humility in the process. But most importantly, when you enter through the doors of church, what you have done is you have come face to face with God. This building is not a warehouse. It's not a disco. It's not a club. It's not a pharmacy shop. It's a church. In other words, this altar is not just an ark drawn. It's a place where we have God. So when you come here, what you have come to do is to sit in front of God. So all you are waiting to hear is, thou sayest the Lord. Where else do you expect to hear the voice of God but church? Where else do you expect to hear instruction from God but church? Tell me, where will you hear? I am the Lord thy God that giveth thee power to make wealth. Church. But hear this. Some of us also make it very difficult for other people to come to church because we ourselves don't know why we are here. Because instead of coming here, minding your business and worshiping God, everybody's business is your business. You want to talk about everybody. Did you see that sister? Did you see that brother? Hey, what kind of shoe was he wearing? How is that any of your business? Did you see that sister? She looks pregnant. Oh, is she married? Ever how many? Some people will walk into this place because they need a hospital. Let me say this. I've said it so many times. Let me say it again. This isn't a museum for saints. So it's not a place to come and show off your holier than thou filthy attitude. Because some people make it so difficult for people to sit next to them in church. Or they are too holy. Yet, the reason why they look holy is because we don't know what they are doing in private. They will criticize everybody. She said that. Really? When? How? All the time you are spending gossiping about other people that don't concern you. Use it to lift up your hand and say, God, into yourself I commit my hand. Into your hand I commit myself. God, as I am in your presence, I don't want to go back the way I came. Don't let me go the same way I came. Do something about me so that when I get home, my chair will know I came to church. When I sit in my car will know I came to church.